Everybody, what's happening? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center. And a thing that we're seeing a lot of lately is a bunch of these bank statement programs coming back. And not just coming back, but we're seeing more and more clients taking advantage of them, right? And I've probably heard me say this before, but when they first rolled out, I was just like, felt like, oh great, here we go again into the abyss of subprime lending and all that stuff. But it's really a very different picture, right? And I've also said this before, but Walter Neal, owner of Franklin, is kind of one of the guys who really helped me see this, right? And so I just threw some numbers together to help see like what would really make sense. Like why do a bank statement loan versus like a full doc loan? So typically what we see, bank statement loans are only for people that are self-employed, right? And the way we're looking at it is look, I mean, a good tax accountant can take your self-employed income and drive it down to next to nothing, even with a really healthy business, right? And again, I'm not tax advising here, but I am just, I see it all the time. People come to me with really big top lines, and just the bottom line on their taxes is just not that much, and it's they're just having an aggressive tax plan. I mean, look, probably some of these people just don't have that healthy of a business, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking people that just have a really good tax accountant that's got an aggressive tax plan. And so I started playing around with some numbers, right? So just throwing out, what I did is I did $1 million purchase, 25% down, right? And I just compared the payments between, what if you did full doc versus what if you did a bank statement. And it looks like the difference in the rate somewhere between 1 and 1.5% higher on a bank statement program. So I used 1.5%. And in this scenario, the difference would be just shy of about $650 a month, right? So run that out over 10 years, and you're looking at about $78,000 in higher payments. But let's look at the full doc scenario, right? So if you go full doc, you're going to generally need 2 years of tax returns. And to qualify for that, to qualify for a purchase of this size, you're going to need to, make 160 grand a year, something like that. Again, just kind of playing with the IRS tables and whatnot. You're going to pay probably somewhere in the range of about a little over $50,000 times 2, right? So you're going to pay $100,000 in taxes, so that you can qualify for a full doc loan, where if you just took a bank statement program, stick with your tax plan, might actually, yes, your payment's going to be $650 higher every month, but when you run out that savings, it's crazy. I mean, even over 10 years, you would still save a bunch of money versus paying those taxes up front. And that's the other part of this, if you really do the math, because you got to pay those 50 grand in 2 years. You're talking a higher payment over 10 years. So there's like a future value calculation versus those taxes that you would pay as well. So look, a bank statement loan is not for everybody. I'm not here to try and pitch it that way. But what I'm a big believer in is talking with our clients that are self-employed. Because we have some of them that are like, look, I don't qualify now. I'll just wait so that I can file higher taxes on the next couple of years, and then I'll jump in the market. And it's like, well, wait, before you do that, let's run through some numbers. And these are situations where it's like, look, work with your tax accountant. Let's get some real numbers together and see what it is. For what it's worth, I put my numbers together with my tax guy. So, I'm pretty convinced these are solid numbers. So anyway, I guess the moral of this story is like, you just never know. It's like, obviously everybody wants the lowest rate, but what's the cost of getting that lower rate? If you're self-employed, you might be able to just stick with that aggressive tax plan, totally legal aggressive tax plan, and save a whole bunch of money over a long period of time. Feels counterintuitive, but it could be the way to go. Someone that's self-employed and kind of being told they're having a hard time or not being able to qualify, I'd love to have a chat with them. I'm Bill. I'm Bill. I'm with Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.